Idiots.
Well, speaking of, you raised the point at the very beginning of the show.
Yeah.
About Motley Crue being over.
Yes.
So they say.
Well, let's hope they are. I mean, do you? I'm going to assume you don't think so, but.
Well, has there anybody who actually called it quits actually stayed quit?
Well, I mean, I don't know what Motley would do. I guess they'd have to call themselves like Motley 2 or something, which is not above those fucking.
No, all they'd have to do is just all agree to get back together. That's all, and nullify their agreement.
Yeah, because I guess, I mean, what is that going to mean?
The only thing that agreement does that they supposedly signed, which in my mind, all that is just
mumbo jumbo.
Well, what's the word I'm looking for?
Bullshit.
Well, that, but it's what is it? What is the word that I'm looking for where it doesn't mean anything? It's just a token. What do you call that?
I don't know. Anyway,
whatever. But they could nullify that agreement at any time as long as all of them agree.
Right. So, and it'll start with, well, we're doing this benefit, and things felt so good with the benefit.
Well, but that's exactly where I'm going with that.
Right.
Vince Neil is already scheduling solo dates.
Sure.
There's a Indian casino, Feather Not Dot.
Okay.
Over across the Michigan line called the Four Winds Casino.
Okay.
He's already booked there.
You going?
No, not going. But he's booked there for a solo show already.
Cool.
So he's already booking solo shows.
You wouldn't want his voice to get, out of tune or anything.
Well, it is an instrument after all.
And he's working it hard.
Yeah, and it's the strongest it's been years.
I will say though, in fairness, I did watch a couple of videos of the last show, like clips of the last show.
Okay.
And he did try to sing all the words. I mean, he still was making noises in parts.
Sure.
But he was at least making all the noises instead of like gasping in between and not getting all the noises in.
Sure.
He was trying.
Okay.
I'll give him that for the last show. Maybe it's because they're filming it for a DVD or whatever, but he did try. All right.
Well, yes, they're going to release a final DVD of that show.
Yeah, can't wait.
But why couldn't he just put that effort in on every show? Oh, maybe I'm just asking too much.
Maybe.
All right. Well, anyway, the word I was looking for was symbolic.
Okay.
In my opinion, or whatever, that agreement is just symbolic.
Right. Probably is.
Doesn't mean anything. They say, well, it's just an agreement that we're not going to tour anymore. We're still going to work together.
Yeah, sure.
We're still going to put out CDs and shit. But we're just not going to tour. We're not just going to do stadium tours anymore, or big arena tours.
Do you think that if let's just say 6 a.m. blows up big, you think he's ever going to go back and do another Crue thing?
6 a.m. is never going to blow up big.
I'm just throwing.
No, it'll always be for money.
Yeah.
If these guys blow through their fortunes, which Vince Neil has a tendency to do.
Yeah.
I can't even fathom the amount of money that Motley Crue has made as an entity. How much money Vince Neil personally has made out of Motley Crue over 30 years.
Yeah.
And has blown through it all.
Don't you think he's blown through $200 million?
Oh, easily.
So, what the hell?
So anyway, getting back to Vince Neil, I'm sure that we covered this on the show a couple of years ago, about 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Vince Neil is a Las Vegas resident.
Yes.
As there are a lot of people. Las Vegas is the new LA for a lot of these guys. Our good friend Ron Keel went to Las Vegas.
Sure.
He was out there for a few years. Nader lives there. Jizzy lives there. I believe John Corabi lives there. Paul Shortino. Mm-hmm. A bunch of people live in Las Vegas now because they can actually make a living doing entertainment in Las Vegas.
Right. Tracy lives out there now, doesn't he?
I think so. I'm not positive, but I think he kind of goes between L.A. and Las Vegas.
Right.
Well, anyway, long story short, Vince Neil invested in a arena football team.
Sure.
Do you remember that?
Mm-hmm.
Remember we played the horrible audio of Vince Neil singing the national anthem at the opening game?
Yep.
It was just terrible.
Yep.
Well, he was co-owner of a arena football team in Las Vegas called the Outlaws.
Right.
Well, that team is no longer.
Of course not.
2 years it was done.
Wow.
2 years and done.
Nice investment, Vince.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. Yeah. Vince Neil has been involved in a lot of different business deals over the year. I didn't he have like a restaurant that didn't last very long? It was Dr. Feelgood's.
Yeah.
I think that didn't last maybe a year.
Didn't he have a tequila too?
Yeah, he had a tequila, and I think he had like a tattoo parlor.
Yeah.
And he had all these different things, but none of them lasted more than a year or two at the most.
Do you think all of those come out of when he gets a different manager? Each one has their own theory on how they're going to make Vince's money work for him. Well, and they sit him down in some dumb meeting and they're like, Vince, this is why you're going to sign with me. I'm going to take your $200 million and turn it into $300 million.
Yeah. Well, Vince has a poor track record as a person and a business person.
Okay.
And he is now being sued over this outlaw football team.
Okay.
Motley Crue lead singer Vince Neil helped defraud investors in an ill-fated Las Vegas Outlaws Arena Football League franchise, which folded in August, and an investment group claims in court.
Okay.
So Vince is being sued.
Fantastic.
For this outlaw football team, this arena football team that didn't make it a year.
Right.
Outlaw Investment Group and Sohrab Faroudi, I think that's Indian.
Oh, so he's working with Sohrab Faroudi?
Yeah, Sohrob.
Okay, Sohrab.
Sohrab, Farudi.
So Rob's fruity.
Yeah.
All right.
Sued Rockstar Investment Group, two other Rockstar entities, Neil, and two other men on Friday in at Clark County Court.
Okay.
Faroudi claims the defendants told him the deal to take over the team was fully funded with $3 million, but after he gave them a $500,000 for shares in the Rockstar Sports Group, which would own and operate the team, he learned they still owed the AFL $2.5 million.
So Fruity gave $500 million, not Vince.
No, he gave
$500,000.
Yeah, he gave the Rockstar Entertainment Group, which Vince is part of,
$500,000,
$500,000.
Right.
To be
thinking that was like the final piece of a $3 million investment.
Correct.
Okay.
But he found out that the team still was $2.5 million in the hole.
So in other words, he's the only one that put any money in.
Yeah, more or less, yes. So the Rockstar Entertainment Group owned the Arena Football League, $3 million.
Yeah.
But after this Faroudi put in his $500,000, they still owed $2.5 million.
Huh?
Right. Neil was chairman and CEO of Rockstar Sports Group at the time, and defendants Mark Daniels, its president, and Robert Hugo, Hewko, a former NFL quarterback, its treasurer and vice president, according to the public available corporate information.
Right.
Fruity said he met with Daniels and Hugo on July 20th of 2014, and they told him that they and Neil owned the Jacksonville Sharks AFL franchise in Florida.
Oh, no.
Which was not true.
Oh, my God.
And they had been awarded an AFL franchise in Las Vegas to be called the Outlaws.
Oh, no.
Daniels, Hugo, and Neil falsely represented to Fruity that they had paid the $3 million cash up front for the Outlaws and asked if he wanted to buy a piece of the team.
Well, it doesn't sound like Vince ever talked to this guy, though.
No, apparently not. It's his business partners.
Okay.
But
so Vince didn't.
But Vince is the chairman of the group, though.
Yeah. So they were acting for him.
Yeah, but he's chairman of the board.
Oh, boy. Vince.
Daniels, Hugo, and Neal falsely represented to Fruity that they paid the $3 million cash up front for the Outlaws and asked if he wanted a piece of the team. And Fruity says in his complaint, they sent him a series of emails that included documents stating that based on their experience owning a team in Jacksonville, Florida, revenue of the Outlaws were conservatively projected to be $6,666 with a net.
This guy didn't see that as a fucking red flag.
Yeah, 666.
From Rockstar guy known for pentagrams on their fucking album covers and
stuff. With a net operating income of $4 million. Well, actually, what is this? $4,087,312.
For the team or for the league?
They said that no, for the team would have the operating income
of $4 billion.
That's what it says. $4,087,387,000. Let's see, what am I reading here? Yeah, 4,087,312. It's not billion. It's 4 million.
4 billion.
Yeah, I was reading.
I don't think every arena team put together is worth 4 billion.
Yeah, I read that wrong. So on August 12th of 2014, Fruity said he gave them $500,000 for 150 shares of the 1,000 shares total in the Florida-based Rockstar Sports Group, which would own and operate the team.
Yeah.
So he bought 150 shares of 1,000 shares for $500,000.
Would you ever invest anything in a group that calls themselves the Outlaws?
No.
Come on.
No.
It's dumb.
I mean, how many people do you know personally? And this is why I'm surprised that Kiss even did this, that Paul and Gene even got into that Arena Football League shit.
Mm-hmm.
How many people are really into arena football?
Not a ton. I mean, it does okay here in Cleveland. I do know that. It does do like 10 to 15,000 people every time they have a game. Honestly.
I know Bon Jovi invested in an arena football team over there in New Jersey, too, I think.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, because it's cheap. It's having a sports outlet on the cheap.
Yeah, but you never hear about it anywhere.
No, not really. I mean, it hasn't taken off. I personally like it. I don't know if you've ever watched it or not.
I have never watched it. It's just one of those peripheral things. It just does it really get that much advertisement or play or?
No, I mean people go to it because they can't afford to go to the NFL.
Okay.
So they go and they watch that for, the tickets are like $10, $12.
Okay.
So, I mean, I've been, I'm not going to say that I couldn't name one player, but I have been to a few Arena Football League games and they're fun.
Okay. 8 days later on August 20th, Fruity said he attended an AFL owners meeting in Cleveland.
Oh, wow.
Where he learned that Neal, Hugo, and Daniels were not part owners of the Jacksonville Sharks.
Wow.
They had paid only $500,000 of the $3 million owed for the Las Vegas franchise.
Right.
And that the franchise still owed the AFL $2.5 million, which it agreed to recoup by way of deferred payments and future league revenues and distributions.
Okay.
On August 21st, Fruity said he received an email from Daniels saying that the defendants had paid only $500,000 to the AFL and that the rest of the money was in the escrow account.
Oh, no.
2 weeks after that, he said that the league informed him that the franchise hadn't fully paid its membership fees, had not posted required letters of credit, and that its first payment to the league had bounced.
Its first payment?
Its first payment to the league had bounced.
Oh, my goodness.
Fruity repeatedly asked the defendants what had become of his $500,000 on January 7th, wrote the AFL commissioner to express his concerns that Neal, Hugo, and Daniels were mismanaging the franchise finances. The AFL suspended Daniels and Hugo from the team's daily operations and took over the franchise on July 14th.
Oh, my God.
Ferruti said in August this year, when the team's collapse made the news, Ferruti says Neal defamed him to print and broadcast media by willfully and wantonly, outrageously, intentionally, and falsely accused him of mismanaging the team.
This guy that was just an investor.
Yeah, he just bought in.
And he how could he have mismanaged the team?
Well, that's what Neal did. He's pointing the finger at another dude.
Yeah, it's not me.
Yeah. Neal told the Las Vegas Sun newspaper falsely the investor was the managing partner who paid the bills and ran the team. Right. Business dealings, sponsorships, and finances.
Boy.
That wasn't our responsibility, the complaint states, citing an August 10th article in the Sun published under the headline, Vince Neal clears the air on the team's ouster.
Right.
Ferruti seeks punitive damages for fraud, conversion, unjust enrichment, conspiracy, and defamation.
Oh, is that all he wants?
He is represented by Anthony Sgro, S-G-R-O, who was not immediately available for comment on Monday. Vince Neal's talent agency, Big Time Entertainment, B-I-G-G-T-I-M-E, Big Time Entertainment, did not respond to the email request for comment and could not be reached by telephone Monday evening. The Las Vegas Outlaws finished its only AFL season with a 5-12-1 record, and the league folded in August.
Jesus. So now he's going to get sued and probably lose $5 million.
Well, who knows?
I mean, between him and those other guys.
Sure.
They're going to get sued for big money with fraud, defamation. There might be jail time in that.
I don't know that there'd be jail time in that per se, but there definitely could be some very punitive damages. That's for sure.
They took $500,000 through misrepresentation?
Well, again, I don't know that it'll go back to Vince or not. That's such a convoluted thing.
Yeah,
it'll take years to sort that out.
Oh yeah, I mean it's not going to happen tomorrow, but yeah. So did you? We'll stay on Motley for a minute. Did you happen to see any of the video of the end?
I did not.
Did you see that? So you didn't see Tommy's fucking roller coaster breaking down?
No, I didn't see any of it.
Stuck.
Wow.
There's video of it. It's like 10 minutes. It's just stuck.
Is he just hanging there or what?
It's just hanging there.
Wow.
And then you see the guys climbing up the fucking roller coaster, and they did whatever manually to flip the shit over. And so they flip it over, and then they finally get him on, because he's like, what do you call it, seatbelted in, so he was just hanging upside down for a while. He's talking to the crowd. He's like, I love you fucking guy. Just
yeah, of course.
Bullshit conversation. And he was, it was just funny, man. It just, for that to happen on that show, perfect ending.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it did. The only time on the tour it broke down.
Of course.
Too good.
Yeah.